Hello and welcome. This is Get It Straight. Get It Straight is a clear understanding of issues. Today we're looking at two words, comic opera and concert. Concert and comic opera. We'll look at some other words later on. Concert, when you mention concert, is a musical show. So the Trinity United Church One Voice group, that's just an example, would have a concert tonight at the church premises. That is, they will have a musical show. Some of us here in this part of Africa, West Africa that, for that matter, in Ghana particularly, have the idea of a concert being a drama. No, concert is a musical show. So musical bands, of course, will put up concerts. They can put up concerts. We are in a conference season, so you do not have concert as we usually know of its form, but we can have virtual concert, for instance, where you are home and the band is playing somewhere and the group is playing somewhere, they are singing somewhere, and you are listening from another area. But a concert is a musical show. I hope you are noting that. Now, if it's a play with lots of singing, that's comic opera. Comic opera. So be sure about what you're talking about. Is it a musical show you're referring to, which is a concert? Or is it a comic opera? You know some comic opera groups in your own country. In Ghana, we have a few. You have a certain number of individuals who have come put up comic opera in different parts of the nation. I do not want to mention any of them. But this is the idea. Comic opera has to do with a play with lots of what? Singing. When it comes to concert, it's a musical show, and that's it. Do not mix the two. Anybody who was listening to you or who will be listening to you, if you mix up these two words and their meanings, and who knows very well concert is a musical show, will be found wanting. So please note that a concert is what? A musical show. And comic opera is a play with lots of singing. We'll take the next point. Now we're looking at correct pronunciation and correct spelling of a certain word. OKRO is what we know here, okro. I think some of us are very familiar with okro. Some enjoy okro soup, okro stew. But the word actually is okra. O-K-R-A, okra. So what you might like so much could be okra stew, okra soup, and not okra. People who are very familiar with okra, when they hear okra, they are found wanting. They actually are confused. They do not know exactly what you're talking about. So get the difference so clear. It is okra. It is okra and not okra. That's good. We'll look at the next point. Sometimes the way we go about our pronunciation falsifies the correct spelling of the word. And one point that is so clear is tomato, which is wrongly sometimes pronounced as tomato. Let me spell tomato for you. Tomato is tomato. Now you realize that the spelling is not Tomantoes, tomatoes. So why do we have to put the N in there? In tomato, there is no letter N in there. So it's either tomato or tomatoes, not tomato and tomatoes. It is never tomatoes, it's tomato. So, well, I would want to go to the market and buy some tomatoes, not tomatoes, tomatoes. Well, people say the season in which we are, tomatoes are very difficult to come by and the prices are quite high. Well, we would get our tomatoes all right because we will need the tomatoes for the kitchen this weekend. How much tomatoes do you think you can buy for the house? You were going to the market and then somebody decided that he would or she would ask you to buy some tomatoes for her. So how much tomatoes do you think we can need or we need for the kitchen? Because we will need some tomatoes, as I said, for this weekend in the cooking. So remember, tomatoes and tomato not tomatoes. And then okra, O-K-R-A, not okro. And then remember comic opera and concert. What did we say about concert and comic opera? We did say that concert is a musical show. So anytime a group of singers come up and they have a time that they want to sing for an audience, and the time is specified as maybe 4 o'clock next week, that's what they're going to do. They're going to have a concert, a musical show. Now, a comic opera is a play with lots of music. Don't confuse the two. That, oh, there's a concert happening tonight. Oh, there's a concert that we'll watch and we'll laugh our hearts out. Was it a musical show, which is a concert? Or you watched a comic opera, which is a play with lots of singing? I hope the points are very clear. And that's all time will allow for this edition of Get It Straight. Thanks for your time. Bye for now.